Meanwhile, Matt Hancock suggested there would be no lifting of restrictions until the vaccine program had enabled all priority groups to receive their first dose. On Sunday the 24th of January, he told journalist Andrew Marr that more than 3/4 of over 80s were now vaccinated and that in some areas of the country, the spread of the virus was lowering. However, he added that it was too soon to declare whether schools would go back after the mid-February break, adding, "We don't rule out further measures of lockdown restrictions, but I'm not going to go into that." In an interview with Sky's Sophie Ridge earlier on Sunday, he also admitted that the country was long way from easing lockdown. The Health Secretary has said he will not advise against easing lockdown until infection rates are significantly lower and vaccines have been delivered to the necessary priority groups. What is the vaccination rollout schedule? Matt Hancock has suggested lockdown could remain in place until all that 9 priority groups, as identified by the Joint Committee on Vaccinations and Immunizations, JCVI, have received their first of 2 vaccination doses. More than 4 million people have now been vaccinated in England, with 75% of over 80s receiving their first dose. The over 70 age group are now beginning to be invited for their vaccination, as are clinically extremely vulnerable people and frontline healthcare workers. By mid-February, all over 70s and clinically extremely vulnerable people will be vaccinated, including those who are housebound. By mid-May, all over 50s will have received one of their 2 coronavirus jabs, with the second being administered to everyone by mid-July. The second dose will be administered 12 weeks after the first, which Professor Adam Finn, a member of the JCVI, told BBC Radio 4 was the right amount of time for maximum immunization. He said the longer duration between the first and second dose would provide much better protection than a previously suggested 6-week interval. The UK government has not suggested that the mid-July vaccination target and the increased powers to local authorities to continue lockdown until the same date is linked. Instead, the government has insisted that the Parliament voted on the Health Protection, Coronavirus, Restrictions, England, No. 3, Regulations 2020 extension as it was due to expire and therefore, was necessary to vote on once again. The vote automatically extended the period whereby councils can impose lockdown measures on local businesses until the 17th of July 2021.